There's no shortage of influential people named Dodge in the metro. But Omaha's main thoroughfare, Dodge Street, wasn't originally named for any of them. Actually, the guy it was named for likely never even set foot in Nebraska, but he started the state. Augustus Caesar Dodge was an Iowa senator when he introduced a bill to create the new territory of Nebraska. His action became the Kansas-Nebraska Act. The bill was passed by the 33rd United States Congress and signed into law by President Franklin Pierce in 1854. Dodge Street was named just 2 years later. The street later became part of the original Transcontinental Highway, connecting to West Broadway in Council Bluffs by the former Douglas Street Bridge. Dodge Street used to be a lot steeper. The grade was reduced from 12% to 7% in the 1920s, dramatically altering the area surrounding Central High School. There was almost another Dodge Street in the metro. When Council Bluffs created a bypass for Broadway in the early 1980s, a contest was held to choose a name. The winning entry was Ruth Ann Dodge Memorial Parkway, but the name was too long to fit on the street sign. To shorten it to just Dodge seemed like it would create a lot of confusion with Omaha's main drag. So Dodge Street No. 2 became Canesville Boulevard instead. Learn more at 2minutetales.org.
1959, at the very first Daytona 500, 3 cars flashed across the finish line at 145 miles per hour. The flagman and NASCAR owner Bill France declared the winner, Johnny Beauchamp from Harlan, Iowa, and he honed his skills right here in the metro. Playland Park was known for a roller coaster 3 blocks long that passed over 2 city streets, and a racetrack that evolved from a one-time illegal dog track. The racing wowed crowds for nearly 30 years with people like Johnny Beauchamp, Daytona 500 winner Tiny Lund, and other locals that became racing legends. One footnote, though Johnny Beauchamp was declared the winner of the first ever Daytona 500, the list today says it was Lee Petty. What's with that? 61 hours after the race, NASCAR owner Bill France changed his decision based on a photograph, one that he wouldn't release to the press. Or did the fact that wives, girlfriends, and fans did the official scoring in those days have something to do with the win in what was then a Southern sport being stripped from a Midwestern boy? Learn more about this story and others at 2minutetales.org.
What kind of song has a line like, "Breaker 1-9, this here's the rubber duck"? Well, a song that sold over 7 million copies and hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. That kind of song. It's a quirky success story, and coolest of all, the whole thing was pulled off with the local talent right here in the metro. Bill Fries of Iowa was working at an Omaha advertising agency when he was assigned to create a commercial for Old Home Bread. The sponsor said their bread is good, but they didn't claim it was the best, or the most nutritious, or the least expensive. He was stumped. How do you write an ad for bread that is just okay? Then on lunch break, he noticed one of their bread trucks pass by. Old Home Bread may not claim to be better than the others, but their truck was certainly finer looking. A commercial about a truck may not be all that exciting, so he decided to write about the truck driver, and he gave him a girlfriend, a pretty little thing by the name of Mavis.
This gal's built like a burlap bag full of bobcats. She's got it together.
The ad proved so enthralling, people began calling the television stations to ask when it would be on next. Steve Brown, operations manager of Coil Radio, suggested Fries capitalize on the popularity by turning the lyric into a song. Staff writer Chip Davis wrote a tune and Fries the lyrics, recording it himself at Sound Recorder Studio in Omaha using the name C.W. McCall. The sales caught the eye of MGM record executives who had the pair make another record. That song was
Convoy,
and it scored its first million sales in just a few weeks. That success freed Chip Davis to pursue his dream and form Mannheim Steamroller. Fries officially changed his name to C.W. McCall and became a country music artist. He was inducted into the Iowa Music Hall of Fame in 2009. But the influence didn't stop there. The song led to a nationwide fascination with truck drivers as folk heroes and triggered a fad over the citizen band radios they used over the road, inspiring a CB radio craze with movies and TV shows like Smokey and the Bandit, Dukes of Hazzard, and Convoy. And it kept the assembly line at World Radio in Council Bluffs humming at full speed. They'd been making CB radios for years, and thanks to a quirky bread commercial, their national sales went off the chart. Find more stories like this at 2minutetales.org.
History is never truly lost until it's forgotten, and preserving that history is our mission. the Historical Society of Pottawatomie County in Council Bluffs, Iowa.